Welcome to Man's Man Monday, a production of the James McGee Show, where it's okay to be masculine, it's okay to be tough, and it's okay to be, well, be a man. Be a man. Join your host, James McGee, on discussions what a man should be and put an end to the toxic masculinity movement.
Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I am your host. I am James McGee. Welcome back to Man's Man Monday. We're on Mondays. We talk about men and getting back to raising men and being men, and it's okay to be a man. So for some reason, it's not okay to be masculine. It's not okay to be a man. Well, we bring that back on the James McGee Show and on Man's Man Monday. So no better time to bring that back than right now, when being a man and it being okay to be a man is under attack more than ever. So the first thing, so liberals, in my opinion, are the cause of this movement, and they are also the cause of what is just bringing our country completely down every way they can, every chance they get. So one of the big results today, the stock market opened at 1,000 points down. That just doesn't happen. That's not something that I don't know has ever happened, that it opened 1,000 points down. So that is a result. Now, the Democrats will blame, they know nothing but to blame others. They kick the can down the road and they divert. That's what they do. They blame everybody else. They've been in office for 3.5 years. This is a result of increased regulations, unbelievable spending, government spending, and liberal policies. So it's time for them to take responsibility for this, and they won't. They won't take responsibility because their platform is to paint Republicans and paint the candidate, and in this case, Donald Trump. And I've said before, Donald Trump is a big target. He makes himself a really big target. So what their blueprint, this is their typical blueprint, is to convince groups and people of the Republicans and whatever candidate is the enemy. They are the most patronizing and pandering group of people that have ever been involved in politics. This group of Democrats, that's all they know how to do is scare others, paint others a certain way that's not accurate. I'm a conservative. I'm not a racist. I'm a conservative. I'm not anti-gay. I'm a conservative, and I am not sexist. And that's all they know how to do. The fact of, and that's why we have raised a weak society. Liberals have made it okay to blame others. They set the example of blaming others. They have made it okay to not accept responsibility because they don't accept responsibility for absolutely anything. I mean, look at it's widespread when Kamala Harris was questioned about the economy. Her answer, short answer, you can Google it, it's out there, was bread, you're going to pay more for bread and you're going to pay more for milk. That was her. She didn't even answer the question. She is just a pathetic human being who doesn't know how to do anything but pander. And let's look at racism. It is sickening when she had her speech the other night in Atlanta. And she is trying to activate the black vote. And that's what she was obviously trying to um, she was trying to activate. So what did she do? What did she do? So this tells you what she thinks about black people. So instead of having an intellectual, a person to get up and talk about what policies is going to make it better for the entire America. It's not just any groups. She had a disgusting, vile rapper who gets up on stage and sings vile tunes and twerks. So that tells you what she thinks about black people. She thinks that black people aren't intellectual enough to have intellectual issues. So to get their support, let's entertain them. Let's get this rapper. How patronizing! Actually, it's offensive. It is racist. It is disgusting. So that's what she thinks, and that's what the Democrats and the liberals think. Republicans are racist because we think you should have to have an ID to vote. Well, your voting right is vote. Our democracy is the most precious thing that we have in this nation. And you shouldn't have an ID. I went and bought my wife some cold medicine today. I had to have an ID. I had to show them an ID to buy cold medicine. But you should not have an ID, have to have an ID to vote. But if we say, if anybody that says that is a racist, no, the racist is the people that are saying that black people and brown people don't have enough sense to get IDs. Think about that. IDs are not that hard to get. I know groups that get people IDs and help people get IDs. So that's what they're, think about who is the ones that are being racist and who are the ones telling people, keeping people down. It's not the Republican Party keeping people down. It's not the Republican Party that has made this country weak and made men weak. It is the liberals keeping people down and making them feel like they aren't good enough or they aren't smart enough. They aren't smart enough to even go get an ID. Now, how offensive, not ridiculous, it's offensive, it's disgusting. But that's who they are and that's what they do. Because conservatives believe in capitalism. Well, there's nothing greater than capitalism because it is open to anyone. You can go borrow, if you can't afford a lawnmower, you can go borrow a lawnmower, somebody. You get a lawnmower cheap, you go to a pawn shop, you can obtain a lawnmower. I promise you, you can obtain a lawnmower, you go cut grass. You're a capitalist. Now you've opened a business and you've joined the capitalist society. Quit letting liberals, Democrats, or whoever tell you that you are not good enough. All they're doing when they're telling you that conservatives, because of our beliefs, are racist, all they're doing is trying to hold you down and give. What have they ever done for any group? Black unemployment since 1990, and all you got to do, it's out there. All you got to do is Google it. I did. Every Democrat president, Clinton, Obama, and Biden, black unemployment has been the highest under them. Trump has been the lowest, except in 2020. They keep throwing 2020. They're going to throw the pandemic in his face. Well, let's look at 17, 18, and 19. The lowest. Under George Bush, it was low. Democrats are not doing anything for anybody but themselves. They constantly push that Republicans are keeping people poor. They're keeping people poor. And the rich people, Republicans are not the rich people. I'm not rich. I'm Republican. They got the money from somewhere. Kamala Harris has raised well over $100 million in a short amount of time. Where's that money coming from? I thought Democrats were poor people. I don't think they're poor people. They're the rich people with agendas who want to keep people poor and want to keep people down and control them with their ideology and their scare tactics. But they're going to be surprised. Black people are not stupid. Brown people are not stupid. Poor white people are not stupid. They are not the party of the poor. And they're going to show that in the polls this year. But that's why we have a weak, entitled society, because we have liberals who are constantly telling our young people that they are not good enough, that they need the government to take care of them. No, you don't need the government to take care of them. We have to take care of ourselves and show the government. That's why we have the economy that we have right now. That's why the stock market is crashing. That's why they've had to drain. They're keeping the gas prices down because the economy is just people. They can talk about the gas prices and everybody sees the gas prices. That's something you see every time you go to the pump. The reason why the only way they're keeping the gas prices down is they are completely draining our oil reserves, and we're not all dependent. Now we're dependent on all these countries that we keep giving money to. So we have to wake up and see all it is smoke and mirrors. It's smoke and mirrors, and it's that same Democrat game every single time. But they're going to find out this election that people are a lot smarter than they think. They can keep pandering, they keep patronizing. They're going to see it because they're going to lose, and maybe they'll finally wake up and realize that they can't control people anymore. They can't name one racist thing that Donald Trump has done, but they've labeled him racist. Donald Trump has a lot of flaws. Racism is not one of them. It is not one of them. He loves America, and he wants America to succeed. So hope you'll have a good rest of the week. We'll be back tomorrow night on Two Finger Tuesday. Until then, McGee is out.